We've had a full week of just hunting and cooking. It's just been incredible. These episodes are gonna be for the Armed Forces Entertainment. On this particular one, we're gonna go out, we're gonna do a little pheasant hunting.
Did anybody bring my shells? Anybody bring my box of shells? No.
He can fly all he wants, but when he lands, he's gonna roll like a bowling ball.
Cannot wait to bring him back here and see what he does on the pit.
Pheasants tonight, boy, grilled over a low fire, seasoned just right, wild rice, and then at the end, Bob, we're gonna do some pesto. That's what's going on tonight. Today we're gonna be doing an E3 Ranch prime rib, some spaghetti squash, and we got some fresh green beans. My name is Moe Cason. I love barbecue. That's my MO. Managing a fire, flavors, textures, smells. I always was fascinated by it. I'm out here with my buddy Bob.
I am BBQ Bob Trudnak. Thrilled to be here.
Woo! I like shooting. And I like hunting. Click, click. Heart was just pounding.
Look at it shaking. It's awesome.
We're gonna do a little pheasant hunting. I shot that. What's up, boy?
Get the hell out of here. You caught fish already.
Take your butt back to Pennsylvania, boy. Learn cooking techniques, recipes, how to field strip a deer, and even prep wild turkey. It's gonna be a great experience.
We're gonna do it Moe style.
Next on the list is pheasant, my favorite bird in the world to eat. We're gonna see how good he is with the shotgun and getting around in the field a little bit.
Pheasant hunting was something that I never did in an organized way. So we would go look for them and carry a pocket full of rocks, throw them, see what happened. We never had dogs, so that was very fun.
Out here in beautiful Kansas, we're gonna go out, we're gonna do a little pheasant hunting. Bob came in, I let him use my old Nelly. I got my sweet sweeper here, and I'm gonna see if it was the first time anybody shot a pheasant with this old bullpup 12 gauge. You know what I mean? It's not really designed for that, but I guess I'm gonna make it work, and hopefully I can bring some birds down with this old girl.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Stay level with this, Bob.
Yeah, he's running, I seen him. Good job, Bob.
Thank you, sir.
There you got him. There you got him.
We got some deer for tonight.
All it took is one BB, man. All it takes is one. It's called product placement.
I held back, I let him shoot, he missed. It's all on him. I had 6 shells with me. I didn't know how long we were gonna be out here.
I shot that. Huh?
He'll claim that one.
Hey, I shot that.
I know you did. Good shot.
Yeah, good shot.
I shot that.
Good shot.
I know, Mo.
No, you kind of like you guys.
I didn't even shoot.
You know, Rob, it was a great day. We went out this morning, late morning, got on some pheasants. Just a blast, man. I was able to bring my daughter, and it was just a great time. We had some great friends together. We were lucky enough to harvest up and to shoot down a few birds, and so had these beautiful pheasants, and we're gonna have a great dish we're gonna do tonight. So we have these pheasants all broken down. We have breast, We have legs and a little bit of thighs. And we're actually gonna do a simple cook on these. We're gonna have some oil, and we're gonna throw some little bit of coarse rub on them, and then we're gonna grill them directly over fire, or a low fire in the shotgun smoker. And we're gonna take them to about an internal temperature of 160 degrees, 160 to 165. And these things will be great and done. The side dish we're gonna do a little bit of wild rice, simple, with a little butter, a little bit of salt, a little bit of EVO, and we're gonna cook this wild rice. This is just gonna be a great, tasty, hearty dish that says fall. So, and then my good friend Bob whipped up some great pesto, and we're gonna hit those birds with some pesto, which is gonna give you another flavor note and a good pop and a freshness on the back end. So let's get started. I'm gonna add half a stick of butter and just a little bit of EVO. This is wild rice that we're cooking, and we're gonna cook it we're gonna bring things up to a boil, and then we're gonna simmer for about 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll fluff the rice up. Got everything mixed. I'll turn my cooker down 50%, and then we're just gonna simmer this wild rice for 15 to 20 minutes. So now we're gonna get to the pheasants. Bob, you wanna bring this over? We're gonna add a little binder, some oil. You guys know I love oil. Moisture allows the rub or whatever seasoning, what type of seasoning you're gonna put on there to really adhere nicely and evenly on the birds.
Good.
You don't have to go heavy. These birds are delicate, and you don't want to overpower the meat with a strong, strong, heavy flavor. You want the natural flavor of the pheasant to shine through. There you go.
All right, get them on the pit.
Let's get them on the pit, buddy. Wow, Bob, these pheasants look incredible.
Really?
Tasty, delicious, got great color on them, got a little char on them.
Yeah.
Man, this is gonna be a great feed tonight.
Sure is.
But to make this complete, we need to bust out some of your pesto on this, man. I think that pesto with that pheasant with my steakhouse rub,
all right,
home run.
Here we go. A little fresh basil pesto. There you go.
It looks great, man.
Thanks,
got the great color with the green, the brightness of the green versus the nice seared grilled pheasant.
Well, let's give it a taste. Wow. That's delicious.
That's really good. Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be doing an E3 Ranch prime rib. Now this prime rib has been wet aged for 30 days. It's a boneless prime rib, but there is going to be some additional trimming you want to do because there's going to be some hard fat on here that you want to get off because it will not render during the cooking process. It's pretty straightforward and simple. What you want to do is you want to basically take your hand and feel and make sure that there's no pieces of bone that are still attached to this meat. And you want to go in with your knife and you want to kind of carve that out. So you come in here, and as you can see, there's a big fat cap right here. And I'm going to go take my knife, and I'm going to remove that. You're going to come on this side here, and there's going to be a fat cap, and there's going to be actually some super skin underneath here. You want to remove that because this fat cap here is not going to render out during the cooking process. And then underneath it with the super skin, you want to remove that because if you leave that super skin on here, it's going to get tough as you put heat to it and start cooking it. So I just come in here with my knife and kind of lightly, gently just start feathering it out. It's all your individual preference of what you want. Now this prime rib trimmed up pretty good, okay? I've got the majority of the super skin off.
And that gets tough and chewy, right? So you definitely want to get that off there.
Yeah, so this is that piece you put heat to it. It's almost like, I would say, a thin tendon. And when it gets heat to it, it gets chewy, and then that can affect the quality of the chew when the meat actually gets done. You can go with it a lot of different ways as far as how you want to season your prime rib. I like using this product out of Texas. It's called Claude's. I use this for competition. I put this on my brisket. I put this on my prime rib. It's just has a great flavor and complements the beef. It's a product from out of Texas. Yes, delicious. It just complements the beef. That's all you got to do with that. That's really simple. Next thing you want to do is you want to get a binder. For me, it's oil, and this allows the rub to adhere nicely to the meat. Your rub choice is up to you. This is my Texas brisket rub. It just has a really great coarseness to it, so it's going to create a beautiful exterior on this prime rib. Just put a nice coat on here, but you're going to be moving it up on the rack, so you want to get a nice coat on this prime rib. You got a big chunk of meat like this, you want to make sure you got some good seasoning on there attached to it, because once you get it cooked and everything, if you have a rub that's really thin or doesn't have a lot of flavor, that once you put fire and put it in the smoker and cook, and all the fats start to render out of this piece of meat, it will be non-existent in the flavor as far as you want flavor to stand up through the whole cooking process, and that's what my rubs do. Now I'll come back here again and I'll hit it again with a little bit more rub, because rub is a lubricant. It's just moisture, so moisture is a good thing when you're cooking meat. And then I'm gonna hand it off to Bob, and Bob's gonna sear this bad boy off.
We'll get it going.
So we got two sides we're doing today. We're gonna have some spaghetti squash, and we got some fresh green beans. Got a little oil EVO. Just gonna take these green beans, and we're just gonna saute these green beans until they're tender. And I really enjoy fresh green beans. I mean, when I grew up, you didn't have a lot of money, and so my mom got a lot of canned green beans, and there's a significant difference from canned green beans to fresh green beans. Spaghetti squash it's all oiled up. I'm just gonna put my competition rib rub.
We'll put those face down right on the grill?
Yep, face down right on the grill, and let that flame kiss talk to that inside of that squash. Take these green beans and you just, saute them and cook them till they get tender. Kind of depends on how hot you're cooking them, but I like to have a low, mid to medium temperature simmer type temperature on them. I don't want them too hot because I don't want to be scorching the beans. So just take your time. You can add some salt and pepper. I add a little bit of competition rib rub to it, and you just slowly cook them down to where they get tender. And you'll know when they start getting tender because they'll start to bend real easily.
Do you like a little snap to them?
I like them to have a little snap to them. Yeah.
Starting to render?
Starting to get right.
That's actually perfect. It's still a little snap, it's tender.
Yep.
That's where you want them to be.
Yep. So now I'm going to take this lemon. That's it.
Wow. Beautiful.
There you have it. Green beans, little shallots, lemon zest, lemon juice, rub, good stuff. So we finished up our green beans. Now we're gonna be pulling out our spaghetti squash, and we're gonna get that all plated up for you.
There's a beauty.
Got that flame kiss char on it, the seasonings, the oil. It smells delicious. So it's called spaghetti squash because the actual texture will be in strands. And you can just take this and see how it's like spaghetti.
Nice and tender.
Yep, nice and tender. Good job, Bob.
Thank you. Surprising how much you get out of it. Just keeps
Right.
coming.
It just keeps, the hits keep on coming. Look at that. Man.
Beautiful.
Yep. That's a good eat right there.
Yeah, it is. Gorgeous.
There you have it. Spaghetti squash on the shotgun smoker.